Like without the smoke, you can tell that there's actually like mountains and hills and stuff around here. Who knew?
The sky is so blue. I have a new appreciation for it after not being able to see it for a while.
Good evening. I'm set up kind of early tonight because I've been trying to find the balance between like doing a good number of miles and also like enjoying myself. And so I've been setting up a little bit earlier for the past several days just because that does feel nicer. Like I get to sit, relax a little longer, read even, which is nice. And I'm finding that even if I do set up earlier, I'm still doing big-ish miles. Like I can get, I think today I probably did around 24, which is not a huge number, not compared to like the miles that a lot of people do these days, but I did it by like 5 something, and that's enough. I could push and do 30 if I needed to, but that's what I mean when I say I'm trying to find the balance between like miles and still enjoying myself. I do legitimately have to do the second half of the trail faster than I did the first half, but fortunately I'm finding that that's probably not going to be a problem. The terrain's getting easier, at least right now, and my body just seems better prepared for it. So yeah, I guess I'm not worried about it, and at least for right now, I'm finding that I enjoy setting up a little earlier and having time to relax. Also, walking may have gotten easier because, well, for a couple reasons. While Oregon is not flat, it is flatter. And even the climbs that you do are so much tamer, so much nicer than what I was encountering in California. And then also the past couple of days, the temperature difference is drastic. And I don't know. I don't know if I just finally got out of the fiery hells of Northern California and now this is just kind of a normal temperature for Oregon. I don't know if this is a cold front. Like, I have no idea. But it's legitimately chilly in the evenings and in the mornings, and even a little bit in the shade in the daytime. You're not like really cold there, but you're kind of like, it's not hot. It's kind of cool. And that's what I mean. Like, it's different enough where it's not just not hot. It's actually kind of cool, which is, like I said, a drastic change to what I was experiencing less than a week ago. Just really, 4 or 5 days ago. So anyway, I am excited to have some dinner, sit around, maybe sew up some of my gear. There's like 3 holes on my shirt right now. There's some of my stuff is definitely starting to show signs of wear, so maybe I'll sit around and be productive. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, excited to rest a little bit this evening.
Morning on day 130. I basically camped right at the base of that guy last night, but looking at it from there, I didn't realize quite how striking a feature it was. But now that I'm a little further away from it, it's pretty impressive. The name of the creek right under it is Thielsen, so and there's a Mount Thielsen. That may be it. I'm not positive, but yeah, pretty cool looking rock. So I am at the highest point that the PCT reaches in Oregon. It is not much in the way of grand vistas, just trees and trail and some meadow, but it's still pretty cool.
Random messages from the trail, but I'd say that's a pretty good one. I don't know if you can tell, but this is Oregon not being very flat. A slightly better example.
Good morning on day 131.
Look at that snow hanging around. I haven't really seen that in a while.
Good morning. This is Shelter Cove. I actually got in here last night. Had some dinner at the restaurant there, and we'll leave after breakfast this morning. But I'm up early, and so there's a bit of a sunrise over the lake.
Good late morning on day 132 or 3 or something. I am back on trail after a night and a morning at Shelter Cove Resort, where I was able to be showered and laundered and fed. So I'm always a slightly happier human being when I'm clean, most of the time. And I hung out there a little longer this morning than I really needed to. I had a couple of friends who were just a little bit behind me catch me there this morning, so stayed to hang out with them. I would say that if you want to do the trail like really quickly without spending too much time or money in towns or town-like places, your best bet is probably to just not make any friends. I of course don't recommend this. It would make for a really sad experience on trail, but yeah, no, you definitely tend to get vortexed in a little more with the influence of others. So anyway, it was good though. It's nice to rest, and the lake was really pretty, and so that was good. But anyway, back on trail. Maybe we'll do 20 today. That would be, or not even 20, like 19. I don't think I would do more than that just because I've got kind of a late start, and that's kind of where the water would be. So on to it.
If this doesn't say swim in me, I don't know what does. I think I'm gonna keep walking though. Got my eyes on another lake.
It's nothing you guys haven't seen before.
Morning on day 133, maybe. It's 10 a.m. and I've done less than half a mile. I slept in a lot this morning. I didn't really start moving until 7:30, which is late. And then since I had already kind of slept in, I was like, I'm gonna take my time this morning. I camped right next to the lake and it was beautiful, and so take my time packing up, wash some socks, get some water. I am just today is an easy day. That's just kind of the attitude. And then I walk point 1 and there's all this trail magic. So I'm like, well, at least I understood the spirit of the day. So plopped back down, had some pancakes and eggs and soda and fruit and chips, and it was a really nice breakfast. And actually it ended up, I'd been there maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes, and then another family comes up and they're like, you guys are doing trail magic? We were gonna do trail magic a half mile up that way. And so they just combined their two trail magics, and so yeah, so a regular old party in the woods right now. And of course it's, yeah, it was really nice hang out with them. It's two little families really that are doing it, and both of them have at least a member of the family that has done at least parts of the PCT or the AT or other trails. So yeah, it was a nice morning, and we'll see if I maybe get some miles done today. I don't know.
So in the spirit of continuing to enjoy the day, this is where I spent lunch and went for my midday swim. Totally worth it.
Good morning, it's day 134, I think. I didn't do quite as many miles yesterday as I had planned due to delays. But you know what? I got to sleep in, there was trail magic, and I got to swim in 2 beautiful lakes. So I'm gonna call that a good day. And I did manage to squeeze in 22 miles somewhere between all of that, so it wasn't bad. But the idea for today is to do a bit bigger of a day to help make up for that a little bit, but it's all right if I don't try to put too much pressure on myself. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Do a little more. But if there's a pretty lake, doesn't mean I won't jump in it. So anyway, gonna keep walking.
So I'm in a special obsidian area. This is Obsidian Falls, and it is aptly named so because of the obsidian rock, which you may not be able to see at the falls today. There's shiny obsidian rock all over this place. It's pretty cool.
Found some crazy rocks. Making for some tough walking. I'm headed up to the top of this thing, which may not look that high up, but it's pretty tough when the ground keeps moving beneath your feet. Made it. So that was not a particularly pleasant climb, but the geology and general landscape is really unlike anything I've yet seen on trail. That, and including what I can now see on the other side, which are these also kind of crazy looking rocks and mountains. Obviously I wouldn't know, but I feel like this could be like the moon or Mars or something. Oof. So the setting sun along with the smoke is making it a little like difficult to appreciate the full view just because of the lighting, but it's really interesting looking stuff. So I think I'm finally at the top of whatever I've been climbing, and I'm shocked to find all that snow over there. You'll recall it's been freaking hot. And I don't think I'm at a super high elevation. I wish I knew the elevation of those mountains, but we'll just go ahead and do a pano here. Again, the sun's gonna block some of what you would be able to see off in that direction, but it's crazy rocks basically, and the hillside, and The big mountains off in the distance that you can just kind of see the outlines of because of the smoke, some crazy looking trees. You can see the trail down here. It finally goes down. That's going to be nice, and it looks like it stops being so rocky. But yeah, fascinating looking stuff. I'm not sure which is which, but I am near the town of Sisters, named after 3 big mountains that are called Sisters, and I know we're looking at some sisters here. I don't know if they're all sisters, if just one of them is a sister, but I did check the map earlier and I have been walking right by them, so it's pretty cool. Morning, it's day 135, and I'm still walking through the lunar landscape here, some of it with all of this volcanic rock. Sometime midday yesterday, Oregon became a much more like scenic and interesting looking place. It had been mostly just forest until then, and then all of a sudden there's these meadows with these like pretty views of the Sisters Mountains, and like all this beautiful water, and then all this volcanic rock, the obsidian. And so yeah, it's been an interesting half a day and a morning of scenery, which is pretty cool. I am, well, from where I camped last night, I was 19 miles to Big Lake Youth Camp. So, and that is where my next resupply box is waiting for me. So plan is to get there as soon as I can walk 19 miles today, and have some food and shower and launder and all that good stuff. And yeah, rest up and probably get going tomorrow. But I am excited to get there today. Also, I did do a repeat of my longest day yesterday by doing 29 miles. Technically, yesterday is not my longest day because I did 29.1, so that beats my previous record of 29 even. So yeah, feels good to be able to do that. It's amazing to me that I can do that, honestly. And 30 still seems a little, I mean, I know I could do 30, but just don't seem terribly motivated to do that. But it's cool to know that I could.
Had a southbounder pass me not long ago and say, "Good luck on the lava bed." I'm gonna assume this is what he was talking about. Probably should have told him he had some of that coming up too.
This is some rough walking. I feel like maybe I'm a step closer to becoming one of those people who can walk on glass. Jeez. Big thank you and shout out to Coppertone, who is kind of a traveling trail angel. He kind of has been several places this year along the PCT doing trail magic, usually root beer floats, and today was the first time that I've actually caught him. So thank you very much for the root beer float, Coppertone, and hopefully catch you next time. Anyway, that was a nice way to break up my my lava rock walk, and now I am back into that. Here we go.
This one stubborn tree rising out of the lava fields. You go, tree. Oh, thank goodness.
Sweet.
So this is Big Lake, where Big Lake Youth Camp is at. And as I'm looking at this beautiful lake, and I've just had this like delicious dinner at the lodge here, which is where the dinner was, I'm remembering like myself going to summer camp as a kid, and instead of a lake, we just had a scummy pond. And I would say the quality of our meals were probably not quite to the caliber of what I just had. But hey, I am eating it through a hiker lens where everything is delicious. So I don't know. But anyway, this is just a really, really nice camp, and the people are incredibly friendly.